Hi everyone, I'm back with Czerny Opus 599 exercise number 2. And strangely enough, this exercise does not really build on top of the same melody as Czerny number 1. So this one is a little bit different, but it still focuses on the main things that we started out with in exercise number 1, and that is phrasing, but also in a little bit of a different position, playing the same thematic material or the same melody or theme of this composition in a different position. And it also uses a slightly different technique here and there, as we would have seen with Czerny Opus 453 number 2. And let's quickly deconstruct the melodies and see what we need to focus on. So the first thing we can focus on is on phrasing, and we can see that there is some uneven phrasing again. So we have to really focus when we play this in order to get the character and the phrases correctly as was intended. Here we have the right hand phrasing, and then here we have a smaller phrase at the end of line 1, and then line 2, and then we have no phrase lines except for this here. But this is more of a slur line than it is a phrase line, so it's more of a down-up movement when we get there. For the left hand, the first section, we have this phrasing, which is evenly matched to the right hand, and then the next phrase line is not evenly matched according to how the phrase lines are put in. I suppose we're still going to try and play it as legato as possible, but we are going to use the same forefinger on that B. Hence the fact that the phrase line is not extended all the way. Now, in the second line, we have again a very even phrasing, and then we have a longer phrase line that extends up until the end of section 1. In our second section, we have again a very long phrase for the right hand, two very long phrases for the right hand in the first line of that section. And then we have a repeat of the first line, basically the theme or the main melody that repeats here at the end, although with a slight difference at the very end of the music. The left hand phrasing, we're going to start with two thumbs, and then we have this phrase line there, and we have a phrase line there as well, and then we have two even phrases just like we had in the beginning. So remember that the thematic material repeats or returns in the end. So this here and this here, the first and last line, is pretty much the same. Though there will be a slight difference in our right hand, where the right hand is going to play in a different position. We are going to play the melody with different fingerings. Other than that, it is pretty simple. We just need to really focus on which fingers to use and which notes to press down. Let's have a look at the first section first, and we are going to do the right hand and the left hand. So here we have our first section, and this starts with our second finger on G. So we're going to be relatively high up, and we're going to do as follows. So we have two that repeats, semi-breve, same thing, and now a little bit of variation, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. So that down, up. That 4 needs to be slightly louder, that G in that bar, with the red marking, to give that ending effect. And we are going to find this in a lot of music. So this is not just for this particular piece, it is something that is common in a lot of music, a lot of classical music and a lot of other genres as well. The left hand, starting pinky on C, third finger, almost again like a Alberti bass. Remembering to phrase. And then basically it repeats. If we put these hands together for the first section, second finger on G, and then the repeat. With that down-up movement that was marked in red. I'm going to do this one more time. With that left for the right hand. If we have a look at section 2, we are now going to have to move our third finger up 1 to B. Because our third finger was on A, we're now moving up new hand position. The left hand, however, stays in exactly the same place. Right hand first. Phrase. And it's a repeat. Now, without moving back to the starting position, although this is the same, we are going to keep our hand in the same position and now start with our thumb on G. And this is where the difference comes in. Ending with those fours. And again here we have that short slur line with a down-up movement that we need to take note of. For the left hand, starting with a thumb on G, long semi-breves, now repeats of the first line, Alberti bass. And then of course it repeats. Putting both hands together, third finger on B, phrase, phrase. And now this is where it can get tricky, because our right hand has moved. We have to really focus because it is different fingering. Repeat. So not really tricky, we just need to work with the phrase lines as well as this new position with the new fingering when the theme or the melody returns again that was in line 1 when it returns in line 4. I'm going to now play it one more time with no commentary from the beginning. If you found this video helpful, please remember to subscribe to my channel. Check out Journey Exercise number 1 of Opus 599 to help you, as well as check out Journey Exercises Opus 453. Thank you so much for watching.